All right, so hello, everybody. I am so excited that you guys are here with me right now. I have been struggling with trying to find the middle ground with toys. I know that sounds really strange, but it's true. When I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, oh my God, like we gotta have all these toys, we gotta have all these clothes, we gotta have all these things. And, I started getting the things and getting, gifts and stuff like that. And people, giving me things and, hand-me-downs and family heirlooms and stuff like that. And then, it all just got to be so much. Like, I realized how much stuff was coming at me. And I just kind of got really overwhelmed. And I was just throwing all of the things in the nursery, what would become the nursery. And finally, it was 2 months before Zoe was due. So 2 months before Zoe was due, I just broke down in tears to Josh. And I was like, we have to get things under control. We have to. This room is becoming a catch-all of the baby stuff. And it's got to stop. It has to stop. So we took a whole week and just dug through everything. And I realized that we were getting, and I wasn't even realizing, but I had doubles and triples of things. And I had so many things that I didn't even need right then and there. I was getting, people had gotten me clothes, but I don't know if maybe the hangers and the tags didn't match or whatever, but they were 24-month clothes. Zoe's just now wearing 24 months clothes and she's almost 2. So, it was things that I didn't need right then. And that was when I realized I had to slow down. I had to take a step back and I had to slow down with the amount of things that we were gathering and kind of reassess where we were. So that was when Josh and I decided this room that I'm sitting in, this is now the playroom. This room used to be my library. I'm a huge book nerd. So I literally had floor to ceiling shelves. I had 2, 4, 6, 8. I had 8 shelves filled to the brim with books, plus more books in boxes that wouldn't fit on the shelves. It was really bad, you guys. I'm a huge book nerd. So it was bad. But this whole room was literally just my happy place. It was filled with books and chairs and pillows and blankets and it has a fireplace. So it was my happy place. That was where I went, relaxed, spent hours a day reading, and that was just my happy place. But then I realized, once we found out we were pregnant, and like I said, the nursery started becoming the catch-all, and I was realizing, how quickly we were accumulating things, that Josh and I kind of stepped back, and we were kind of okay, we need to reassess. Because I am one of those people, my house has to be clean. And I don't mean you can dust a surface, you can swipe your finger across the surface and there's no dust. I don't mean that. I mean my house, things have to be put away. Things have to be put away. Things can't be left piled on the table, toys can't be left in the living room, that kind of thing. I'm one of those people. So I knew once Zoe got older and we were, past the stage of her learning to crawl and walk and things like that, and she was really in the stage of playing, I knew that I wanted somewhere that I could call her space. It was a space that I knew didn't have to be picked up every single day. I knew that I could go upstairs and go to bed and I wouldn't be stressed and I wouldn't be freaking out in the morning because I came downstairs and there was just stuff everywhere. I needed a space to call her own. I wanted Zoe to have a space besides her bedroom because it is upstairs. So we have a 2-bedroom house or a 2-floor house. So Zoe's room is upstairs with ours and the other bedrooms. And then everything downstairs, downstairs, I have an open, kind of an open floor plan. But I knew that I wanted Zoe to have her own space so that things could be left out and they could be left wherever she wanted to leave them. Today aside, this playroom is so bad right now. So bad right now. But that's okay. It bothers me, but it doesn't bother me because this room is gated off. This room is safe for her to come and play. She comes in here every day while I cook dinner and she plays in here for at least an hour every day by herself, and it's gated off. We have the baby safety gates and she can play in here safely. The shelving that I do have in here is now bolted to the walls. Everything is safe for her. So I can literally leave her in this room and I know that she's going to be okay. I can shut the gates and I can walk away away and I know that she's going to be okay. I don't have to worry about her, climbing on the couch and falling off, or falling off the back of the couch because we're in the climbing stage, or trying to climb the entertainment center, which we are trying to do every day now. But not only is it somewhere that's safe for her to play, it's somewhere, like I said, that I can kind of mentally shut the door on. This room has doors, but I don't ever shut them. But it's a room that I can literally mentally shut the door and say, it's no big deal. It's okay that there is toys everywhere. It's okay that her craft supplies are all over the floor, but they're all in her little crafting corner. And it's okay that there are books strung everywhere. And it's okay that the balls and the tractors and the elephants and the ball pit balls are everywhere. It's okay because she comes in this room and there are no rules. And she knows that. This is her space. This is her space to do what she wants, when she wants, and how she wants it. And that, for me, being able to give that to her took so much stress off of me. Because like I said, I'm one of those people where everything has a place and my house has to be clean. I cannot go to bed at night. I cannot go to sleep knowing my house is a mess. Like if I go upstairs and there's dishes in the sink, or I didn't straighten the pillows, or I didn't fold all the blankets back, or there's toys in the living room, like I can't sleep. I'm one of those people. Like things have to be clean. So making this space, and I know that not everyone has, the extra room in their house to create a whole room just for their kids. I understand that. We are very blessed to have this big farmhouse and have the room here for Zoe to have her own playroom. And that's literally what we call it. This is her playroom. So when I say, let's go play playroom, she runs in here and she's like, yeah, this is my space. I get to do what I want in here. And, it contains the mess. It contains the mess. And like I said, I know that not everyone is blessed and lucky enough to have a big space, but that's okay. That's where you need to step back and be like, okay, where can I find this space? So for those of you who know, or may not know, I live near Cincinnati. So my family is an hour and a half away. So when we travel, and I don't bring all of her toys with us. My mom has a dedicated space in her house. It's just one corner of my mom's living room that is Zoe's play corner. And my grandma, she has the exact same setup. She has in her old living room, she has one whole corner. It's kind of like a wall that is all of Zoe's toys. That's where everything stays. And I know that, like I said, I know not everyone is lucky enough to have a whole room, but those little spaces, Zoe knows that, that's where the mess has to stay. That's where the toys need to stay. Now, throughout the day while we're visiting or whatever, can she drag toys in the dining room or whatever? Yes. But she knows, when I tell her, hey, we're going to go, let's pick up, she puts all of them back in that space. Because she knows that's where they're supposed to go. Because at home, I say, okay, let's pick up our toys. Let's go put them in playroom. She's not going to put all her books back on the shelf exactly the way I had them in alphabetical order or however I organize them. I know that that's not going to happen. And I know that she's not going to stick her combines. She's not going to open her big tractor and put her combines away in the tractor. But what does she do? She puts them all on the farm mat. She knows where they all go because things have a place. And once we started this organizational process on this playroom of everything having its place, she got so much better at helping me pick up. When we would say it's cleanup time, let's put our toys away. Before it was it was a fight. It was a struggle. Not really a fight, but it was a struggle because she was like, well, no, Mom, you do that. Why? I'm just going to walk away. Why do I need to do that? I shouldn't have, I'm not going to do that because they go right there on the floor. That's what, in her little mind, that's where things went. But now that we have this room and things are organized and there's baskets and there's crates and there's totes and things for everything to go in, it makes things so much easier for her. And she understands that, okay, all of my farm toys, my tractors and my combines and my little animals, they all go on this mat. And then all of my balls go in this big container that I got from Target. Everything has a place and she knows that now. And not only is it less stressful on me, but it's helping her learn responsibilities. She's learning to pick up after herself. She's learning to put things away, all things that are going to make her a great human being. So the first thing I did when conquering this playroom, it's it's a mess. Like, it really is a mess right now. But when we first decided to make this Zoe's playroom, sorry you guys, I'm sitting on the hardwood floor in here so you guys can like see everything, and my back is killing me. So the first thing I did when I decided to make this Zoe's playroom, and I now do this once a month. I take all of her toys, all the toys. I take all of the toys out of their baskets, their boxes, whatever, you know, her toy box. I take them all out of her. She has little baskets where everything goes, and even like her play food, like it all has these little baskets. Everything goes in the middle of the room, and we take inventory. Like, okay, I take inventory, and I say, okay, like, we are, you know, we're grown out of this stage now. We don't need like the mirrored toys that she played with when she was little, like learning, you know, that was her. We're grown out of that now. And like, we don't need like the rattles and the, like, her pacifiers and things like that. So the first thing I do, like I said, is I put everything in the middle and I grab an empty box or a container or whatever. And I go through all of her toys every month, every single month. I go through all of her toys, and anything that I feel like we have staged out of, like we have grown out of, or that she simply doesn't play with anymore, it goes in that box. Okay? Once it's in that box, and once I've gone through all the toys, and that even includes books, like that even includes her books. Like, if there are just things that she does not play with and like that sit on the shelf and have sat on the shelf for months or a week or weeks, like the whole month, and she's not played with it, it goes in the box. That box, then, we live in a low income area. So like, there's a few families that I know, excuse me, few families that I know that are in need. So like, their books and like Zoe's books and things, I will give to them, or there's a children's home, excuse me, there's a children's home about a half hour from here that we will go and donate her books or her toys and books to that she has grown out of. Or if it's like something that's bigger, like her little 4-wheeler back here or something like that, I will put it on Marketplace, or I will go and sell it to a resale shop just to kind of make a little bit of money, or to replace it with something that I know she wants or she needs. So it's not only is it making things easier and more organized, but it's also getting rid of things. Like, it's so this room doesn't become clogged. Like, it's so everything has its place, and even if that place is to get rid of it because we've grown out of it. So after we have gone through all the toys that we have, I then have these 2 totes. So these 2 totes also have toys in them right now. I do what I call toy rotation. She gets toys rotated about every month to 2 months, depending on the weather. So I say that because right now it's wintertime, so we aren't really outside a lot, because like today it has done nothing but pour the rain all day. So we aren't really outside a lot. So we're inside and we're playing more with the toys that are in the house, which means she's getting bored with them faster. So before she only had 2 sets of toys that we rotated through. But now, because we're into these winter months and it's cold and we're in the house more, I have recycled and we have gone to three rounds of toys. So she has 2 totes and the toys that she has out right now. So that leaves me with 3 cycles of toys that we can go through for her. So I have been doing this, like I said, every month right now, because we're in the winter months and we're playing with our toys more and we're in the house more. So we're going through them and getting bored with them faster. So I've been doing it every month lately, and that has made a huge difference, because to her little mind, out of sight, out of mind. She doesn't know what's in those totes. I know what's in the totes. Does she know what toys are in there? Does she know what books are in there? No, she doesn't. So it's okay with her. Like, she's not crying and fussing over a toy that's missing because she doesn't even realize it's missing. So I started doing this, one, because she has a lot of things. Like, excuse me, we have a big family on both sides. Like, we have a huge family, which is great. So we get hand-me-downs. So, I have 2 nephews, and my husband has 2 little brothers, and I have 4 sisters, so she gets a lot of things, and she gets hand-me-downs, which is totally fine. I am totally fine with free toys, not gonna complain, but we get a lot, so we accumulate a lot, so it made it easier to separate out the toys. But at the same time, she was getting overwhelmed. She would come in this room and she would just sit and cry because she was so overwhelmed at the amount of things in this room. She didn't know what to do. She literally sat in the floor and cried and wouldn't play by herself. She wouldn't play by herself. She wouldn't go and grab a specific toy off the shelf and bring it and come play with it, wherever I was and whatever I was doing. She wouldn't come in and just sit in the floor and play puzzles or read a book. She wouldn't come curl up in her beanbag chair and read or anything like that because there was just so much in here. It was overwhelming. She was overstimulated. So when I started noticing that it was every time she would come in the playroom to play, that was when she was crying and overstimulated and wasn't really focused. That's when I was like, okay, why is it that room? And then I came in and I was like, holy crap, this is a lot of stuff. Like, no wonder she feels overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed, and I'm an adult and I know how to play with all these things, let alone being a child, a toddler who's 1.5 years old, like, let alone her coming in here and seeing all of these things that are like towering over top of her. And she's like, I don't know what to do with these things. I don't know how to play with these things. This is so much stuff. What do I want to do? What if mommy gets mad at me for playing with this? And what if I play with this? And what if I break this? And what if I pull this off the shelf? And, she was overwhelmed. Her little brain was like, I don't know what to do. So mommy went to Walmart. Like, these 2 large totes are from Walmart. And I got the lids, and I got the largest totes that I could find. This teal one was the first one that I got, and then I got this gray one next. Sorry with the cameras. Everything's like the opposite of how I'm looking at it, so sorry about that. But like I said, both from Walmart, and I got the heavy duty ones, I got the heavier ones, and I got the biggest, semi-biggest ones that I could find. So that I knew I could put quite a bit of stuff in all of them and didn't have to worry about them cracking or breaking. And of course, made sure that they all had a lid. So when it comes to toy rotation, I get a lot of questions about this when I share toy rotation live videos with you guys or on my stories page. I get a lot of questions. So like I said, the first thing I do is I drag everything out, and that includes her books, that includes her toys, that includes everything. Okay. So then I break everything up into categories and I organize it. Zoe has somewhere in this mess, I think this is it. Yeah. She has a basket of blocks. Now, she actually has blocks in this tote and in this tote. Are they all the same blocks? No. So this round of toys that we're on right now, this rotation of toys, all wooden blocks. This tote is all of the waffle blocks that click together. She just got those for Christmas. So she played with those all the whole month of December, and then I cycled them out, and I cycled them out, and now we're on 2 wooden blocks. And the other tote, she has the mega blocks, the large Legos for little kids. She has those. So in each round of toys, she has some form of block to play with. Whether it's the wooden blocks, whether it's the Waffle Connect blocks, or whether it is the Mega blocks. Now, these are all things that have accumulated over time. If for some reason I don't have enough of one thing, then I will, I'll substitute it for something else. So one box, so let's say before Christmas, she obviously didn't have the waffle blocks. So she had, one whole basket. She had her wooden toys, her wooden blocks, and I just cycled her out of foam blocks. So before she had these wooden blocks, and then she had foam blocks from when she was little, and she could learn, hand-eye coordination and stacking and things. She had the foam ones. Well, obviously she doesn't need foam blocks anymore. She understands you hit yourself with this, it's gonna hurt. Like, you try to chew on this, it's gonna be painful. Like, you step on it, it's gonna hurt. Like, she knows that now. So I got rid of the foam blocks. Like, I donated those to the little girl next door because she is 6 months younger than Zoe. So she is in that stage where she needs the foam and the safety toys. So we got rid of something and something else came in the picture. And she still has 3 sets of blocks to play with. Something else my daughter has a lot of is books. My daughter has a lot of books, and that is okay. I absolutely love that she has a lot of books. Zoe goes through books so fast, so fast. we obviously read one book every night before we go to bed, and then throughout the day she's constantly asking for a book, whether she wants to play with the book if it's like one of the touch books, or whether she just wants to read it to her Minnie Mouse, or whatever it is. So she goes through a lot of books. She gets bored with her books very fast, and that's okay. So one thing I do with the books even is I make sure I cycle through those books, but as I cycle through the books, I also break them down into categories. Okay, so I know, hang with me, like, guys, I really get into it with these toy rotations and with the toys that my daughter plays with. I know it's crazy. It's fine. It is what it is. I am who I am, and this works for my daughter, and it makes her happy, and she learns, and she's ahead of the curve in her learning and her language development, and Mama is just fine with that. So when it comes to her books, I kind of break them down into 3 categories. Let me see if I can find another book. Okay, so like I break her books down into 3 categories. So we have like regular reading books, like we would read this to go night-night. We would read this to take a nap. Oops. We would just regularly read this little book, okay? So we have regular reading books. Then we have activity books, like play with me books. So this is the How to Charm a Llama. So this has like all the sequences that teach her, to go both directions, hand-eye coordination. So every little page has something touchy-feely on it for her. She also has the dinosaur, like the dinosaurs and the porcupines. She loves those texture books. There we go. And then we have learning books. So this one is for her to develop sight and depth perception. There we go. With the black on white and the red lettering, this helps the babies with their eye development and depth perception. So she has 3 categories of books, and those each get separated. So each toy box, each tote and toy rotation box has regular reading books, has fun touch books, texture books, and has learning books or developmental books, whatever category you want to call it. And we rotate through those. She has enough that we can fill an entire bookshelf every time we rotate through toys of books. Something else that she has a lot of, obviously I was raised a farm kid. My sisters, we were all raised farm kids, so we still have a farm. So she has a lot of like the little farm toys, and she has a lot of animals. So she has 3, and none of them are close by. She has 3 sets of animals that she plays with. So right now we're playing with like the little John Deere toys that, we're learning the tires, and we're learning that we can turn it on the little map and the little roads, and we're learning that we can connect them together, with their little, with their wagons and their corn haulers. So we're learning that stage right now. So these are, I don't want to say they're above her, but we're learning something new with these toys that we have right now. Then she has another set of animals, the rubber animals. I think I got them at Walmart. But she started out with those, just teaching her, this is a duck, this is a pig, this is a cow. Like just regular sets of animals, but she still plays with them. She still loves to play with them. She lines them all up in this big picture window over here, and she plays with them, and they have tea parties, and she still plays with them. So she has that set of animals in this tote, and then in this other tote, she has another little, I think it's by Little People. I might have said that wrong. I'm not sure. But it's a little farm that has bigger animals, but it has a little tractor, and it has little hay bales and stuff like that. So it's a bigger version of this. This she just got for Christmas. So in this gray tote is just a much larger, safer version of the tractors. So in each section, in each toy rotation, she has some sort of animal play toy. I know that might sound strange, but she can tell you every farm animal. She can tell you what they look like. She can point them out in a book to you. She can point them out as we drive down the road. She can tell you what they say. Like she knows their noises. She loves animals, and that's okay. That's great. And, like I said, she still plays with even the little plastic ones that I got her, the little rubber ones that I got her when she was much younger. She loves them. She loves to play with them, and she's learning, and she's remembering, that's a cow, that's a duck, that's that's a horse. Like, she's still learning those things. So I want to keep those in rotation and make sure that she still has those things available to her. Hi. Okay, well, instead of Zoe, tonight you get Doggy Nadia. Usually Zoe's the one interrupting my videos. Tonight it's Doggy Nadia. So we also have, I'm a musician. My family is all musicians. So Zoe also has a lot of music toys. That is something else that gets broken down into sections. She has the Melissa and Doug drum that is full of, I'm sorry, not the Melissa and Doug drum. She has the Melissa and Doug music sets, the wooden music toys. She has that set that's in one tote. Then she has another tote that has one of the little piano keyboards and a few other just little random instrument things. And then she has out right now, she has the line from Target, the Target line, that has the big drum full of music toys. It has the maracas and the drumsticks for the drum, and it has the kazoos, and it has the crash cymbals, and it has all the things. So that is something else that we can, we can do 3 cycles of toys with. So I try to make sure, like I said, that I do rotate through her toys once a month because we're inside and it's winter and we're playing with toys way more than we usually do. Okay, I love you, but you're creeping me out. Okay, can you go lay down, please? Go lay down for mommy. Go lay down. Yeah, you're not really supposed to be in here. 3 cycles of toys that we rotate through because it keeps her interest. So what I do is, I'll do it tonight because the playroom needs cleaned anyways, is at night after she goes to bed, I pull out the tote, all the current toys, I put them all to the side, and I put out the new toys because when she wakes up in the morning, there's new toys in her playroom. She doesn't care where the old ones went. She sees the new ones and she wants to play with those. So she's constantly getting new toys. Once every month, she's constantly getting new toys. So not only is it saving Mama's bank account, but it's also keeping her active in playing with her toys. I don't want her to become one of those kids who is screen obsessed. Like, I'm sorry, no, but that's my choice. She's my child. It's my choice. Does she still, like, she has a portable DVD player and we FaceTime, her Nana and her Mimi, and yeah, we still do all of that. But do I sit her in front of the TV and let the TV be the babysitter? No. That's just not me. That's just not how I raise her. That's not how I want. That's just my choice. Everyone has their own choice. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's just my choice. So that she constantly is entertained with new toys, we do the rotation. And it also, like I said earlier, it keeps her from being overwhelmed at the amount of toys for her to choose from. When I shrunk it down to this smaller section of toys for her to play with, she was more involved in her toys. She was more, not selective, but she was more aware of the toys that she had, how to play with them, and what they were. I could say, go get your tractors, and she knows exactly what I mean because she's not overwhelmed with 3 different stages of farm toys and tractors to pick from. When I say, go get your blocks, right now she comes dragging in this basket of blocks because this is the only version of blocks she has right now. So, not only does everything, like I said, get separated out, but I also put everything in baskets. So, like I said, here are all of her blocks. You can kind of see over here, there is a basket that she has a little train track set, and then there's other little baskets. But these guys, I absolutely love these guys. These guys came from Target. I like these because, as you can see, they move. So when Zoe sits in it or climbs on top of the basket, even though it's not that big, it doesn't bust. It's not going to bust open. And I love that it's flexible, so no matter how much stuff I put in it, like I said, it's going to move around and sit on the shelf however I need it to. So I got this from Target. I love that it has the handles, and it's the plastic texture. So I don't have to worry about, like, if it was a basket, like, it's splintering and her getting little splinters in her fingers, or wood, like, pinching her little fingers or anything like that. So I absolutely love these guys. I got this one from Target. Target makes this in, I think, like, 4 different sizes. So this is the medium. So, like, the small is about half this size. Sorry, half this size. There we go. And it's about half this deep. So you can get them in different depths and different sizes and colors as well. So, like I said, I absolutely love these. They are withstand. Zoe's sitting and jumping and playing in them, even though I don't know why she does. But she does. So they withstand that, and they're easy. I have just a regular bookshelf from, like, I think it's from Menards. So they go right on the bookshelf. They fit in there perfectly. So I organize all of that stuff. And then, like, when it comes to smaller stuff, like this is just a basket of the Melissa and Doug cookies for her little kitchen. These guys, Dollar Tree. Guys, don't hate on the Dollar Tree. Just don't. Like, just, trust me. I absolutely love the Dollar Tree. Not only do we have these for her toys, or I'm sorry, for her kitchen toys, I also have a similar version. It's just a square, and it's plastic, and it's solid on the sides. But I use that to break down, like, she has a whole, like, little dress-up basket full of things. So I organize, like, her little tiaras and her boas and her rings and her necklaces and things like that. I organize the things so she realizes everything has a place. Everything goes in a particular spot. And she learns that, and she's okay with that, and she's developing responsibility of picking up for herself and putting things where they go, not just leaving them and walking away from mommy to take care of it later. She's learning. So, I know, it's a lot. It is. It's really overwhelming. I'm not going to lie. It's very, very overwhelming. Take it one step at a time. One step at a time. First, go through the books. Then go through with the building toys. So, like, whether it's the blocks or, you know, construction toys or whatever it may be. Take it one step, one section of toys at a time, okay? Take it one step and one section of toys at a time, and have an empty box with you or even a trash bag so that as you come across things that your kids haven't played with in like months or a year or however long it's been, or it's just something that they've simply grown out of, toss it in that bag and keep going. Keep going through everything. Make sure you literally touch every single toy. Touch every single toy. And if your kids are older, have them do this with you. Have them do this with you. Have them touch every single toy and say, do I really play with this? Does this toy bring me joy? Little Marie Kondo sneaking in there. Does this toy bring me joy? Do I truly play with this toy? Is it worth taking up space in my room? Is it worth taking up space in my play corner? Wherever you designate your kids' area. So, when I say designate an area, for my house, for me, for our family, it works because the mess stays in one place. I don't have a couch covered in toys. I don't have a kitchen table, you know, with toys on top of it and underneath of it and you know, Barbie dolls drug everywhere. All of it stays in one room, okay? It all stays in one room, and it makes things so much easier for me as mom and for me as the maid. It makes everything so much easier, and it makes things so much less stressful. And another thing, like my dog is walking around. With the baby gates, I can keep the dog out. You know, Nadia is older, so thankfully we don't have an issue like with her wanting to chew on the toys or anything like that. But I also try to keep Nadia out because, like you can see, she's laying on Zoe's play mats. And my dog sheds like crazy. So I do try to usually keep her out of here. I just forgot to shut the gate tonight. It's my own fault. So that I don't have to worry about like my dog chewing on toys or my dog swallowing a toy and there's a vet bill that I can't afford because Lord knows those vet trips are expensive. And I don't have to worry about the dog making a mess, like her like shedding or anything like that. It can all this is literally just the Zoe zone. This is Zoe zone. Right now, Zoe Tornado is at like a level 10 in this room. It's a level 10 in here. But that's okay because I don't have all of her toys out at once. I can have this entire room cleaned and organized in under 5 minutes. So after I get off this video with you guys, I can literally clean up all these toys and put them back where they go and switch out for new toys in under 10 minutes. And that even includes grabbing the vacuum cleaner out of the hall closet and sweeping up the dog hair that's on the play mats because there's so much less. less is more when it comes to toys. Less is more. So another thing that I do with Zoe's toys, and some people are probably going to be like, what? I do not buy her brand new toys. I do not buy my daughter brand new toys. My daughter only gets brand new toys when someone else purchased them for her. So, like, this little elephant was a gift from my sister when Zoe was first born. It was put in my baby shower. It was a baby shower gift. So this was brand new. But, like, her tractors is another great example. Brand new. Because my parents bought it for her. But when it comes to me, and especially her books, you guys, I take that back. Occasionally, special occasions, I will buy brand new. Like her birthday and Christmas. Other than that, I do not buy brand new. The kitchenette back here, $5. That's it. That's all I paid for that. Retails, $100. I paid $5. This mama's on a budget. This mama has bills to pay. This mama has debt that she's paying off. This mama has credit cards that we're trying to get rid of. We cut down on all of our expenses, and especially because it's winter and we live in a big house. My electric bill goes up, and now I have a gas bill on top of all that. So anywhere that I can cut back is awesome. But also, I know that she's only going to play with things for so long. She's only going to play with something for so long. It is what it is. Kids are kids. They play with something, for a month and then they're done. Like, how many of you can tell me right now that your kid is still actively playing with something they opened Christmas morning and they've been playing with it constantly since then? Okay, like a DS or like a new gaming system, that doesn't count. But I mean like an actual holding your hand toy they are still playing with every single day since they opened it on Christmas morning. They're probably not. Because they have short attention spans. Or it's broken. That's another thing. I don't pay full price for toys either, because if something happens, whether my nephews are over, or whether Zoe decides to shuck something out the truck window, or, I'm babysitting somebody from the little girl down the street, and something gets broken, I'm not going to be upset about it. It's okay. I didn't pay $1 bajillion for it, so it's okay. And it's just a toy. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. Now, where do I get her toys? I get most of her toys. Okay, actually, I get all of her toys except the kitchenette from secondhand stores. Like I said, I live close to Cincinnati and I live close to Lexington. I can be in either big major city within an hour and a half. So I have plenty of secondhand stores to choose from. However, there are people that, are not blessed enough to be that close. So Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, Facebook mom groups. I am in so many resale mom groups. That's also where I get a lot of Zoe's clothes. I don't buy a lot of Zoe's clothes brand new because, one, I can't afford it at the rate she grows out of clothes, and two, the rate she grows out of clothes. So, and three, like, the clothes that I want to buy her are like extra bougie and extra expensive, and I can't afford it. So what do? Secondhand stores. One thing I will tell you, if you go seeking a secondhand store, be smart about it. Okay? In Cincinnati, one of the top, money places, Indian Hill. Loaded. Those people are loaded, you guys. Loaded. So where do I secondhand shop? Indian Hill. I go to secondhand places that are as close to Indian Hill as possible. Because when those people's kids are done with something, they could have only had it for a week. You would not believe the amount of toys and clothes that I get for Zoe with tags still attached. And I paid 1/4 of the retail value for it. I'm all about saving money. But at the same time, I'm all about my daughter's safety. Also, when I get something from a secondhand store, if it can, like during the summer, it sits outside and gets sun soaked. But obviously not a lot of that right now. So It sits outside on our front porch, which, thankfully is covered. It sits outside on the front porch for I try to do at least 24 hours, depending on the weather, obviously. And if it's something like, I don't really buy her stuffed animals, but if it's something that has fabric or something like that, and I'll throw it in the dryer on disinfectant cycle. Or it gets soaked in sanitizer or Lysol spray or whatever. It gets cleaned before it even touches my daughter, before it even comes in the playroom. Right after it comes out of the bag, it gets wiped down. It gets cleaned. It gets put on the porch, wherever it needs to go. So not only am I being considerate about the amount of toys that my daughter has, we cycle through them, and as we outgrow something, we sell it or donate it, and we can eventually replace it with something new. When we replace it with something new, we're not spending a ton of money on it. So not only am I helping my daughter not be overwhelmed by sectioning out her toys and giving her small amounts of toys at a time, so she's still getting new toys once a month. But when the time comes to that she gets an actual new toy, I'm doing it secondhand because it's saving me money. It's saving me money. We are a one-income family. My husband is the only one that works full-time. So we try to be as frugal as possible. That is one of our 2021 missions, is to build a big savings account, to build a spending account, to be as frugal as possible. And part of that is cutting back. I don't pay full price for my clothes either, or Josh's, or Zoe's. I just don't. I secondhand. There's nothing wrong with it. If you are smart and safe about it, there is nothing wrong with it. Nothing. Who knows? Who's gonna know? Unless you say, I got this at the secondhand store for $5, because I will totally do that. But nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Who cares? Who cares? If someone wants to give you crap for paying $5 for a toy secondhand when you can go buy it at Walmart for $50, be like, go right ahead. You go swipe your credit card for that, because I'm not. Do I want to pay $5 for this at the secondhand store, or do I want to pay $50 for it from Walmart? Okay, I literally don't even have to think about that. I'm only going to pay $5 for it if I can. Who's going to know? Who cares? Who cares? As long as your kid is happy and is playing with it and loves it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, y'all. So, like I said, it's a lot. Toy rotation is a lot, especially at first when you get everything out and I mean everything, even the things that are in the kids' rooms. If you have a separate area already and you put it all in one room, you don't think it's a lot until you put it all in one room, in one space, and then you're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? But don't stop. Don't stop. Go through it. Go through everything. Touch every single toy. Every single little toy. Trust me, you will thank yourself for it later. You guys, it literally... Do it one night when your kids go to bed. Put your kids to bed a little early. Pour you a glass of wine and do it. Just go through all the toys. Go through them. Touch every single toy and say, does my kid still play with this? Does this toy bring my kid joy? Do I want to put up with this toy any longer? It's okay. It's okay. There are toys that Zoe no longer has because mommy doesn't want to put up with it anymore. Okay? Because there's no off switch. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. I bet they're not even going to notice. It's okay. So, go through all the toys. Separate out. Get rid of what we don't play with. Get rid of what we've outgrown. Get rid of it. Whether you hand me down it to family, donate it to the little kid in need next door. Some libraries I know are, will take toys, or hospitals, or, wherever you can. Or if you want, sell it up, throw it up on Facebook Marketplace. Make some money off of it. It's okay. It's totally okay. You paid good hard-earned money for it before to begin with. It's okay to want some money back for it. It's normal. So, go through it all. Get rid of what we can. Then figure out how you want to store things, okay? Like I said, I have 2 very large totes with handles, with lids that lock, because these go in my hall closet. But it's not finished. So when you walk down the stairs, drywall freckles and stuff like that. So but it's whatever. But it still has a lid. because just in case something happens, obviously like a mouse can't get in there, or if there's water damage, like there's going to be hardly any, if any, damage under her toys because it has a lock on lid on the tote, and it makes it easier. So like when I tell my husband to go get the tote out of the closet, I'll say, hey, can you go grab the toys out of the closet so we can do toy rotation? He literally goes in and is only going to get one thing and come back out. It makes it so much easier on you when you go to do the toy rotation. So then figure out how you want to organize the space. Baskets and organization are your friends. It is so much easier for us to play with Zoe and for Zoe to want to play with her toys when they're all in their own baskets and organized than it is when everything was thrown in her toy box, or, just kind of thrown in the middle of the room or whatever, because I didn't have storage before. But now it makes it so much easier when things are put away and have organization to them. It makes it easier to put away. It makes it easier to play with, and it makes it less overwhelming on everybody. So when it comes to doing the organization, guys, don't go out and buy all of the baskets at once. You guys, these are $12 a piece. $12 a piece. I have 12 of them. I did not go out and buy all 12 of them at one time at $12 a pop. This mama can't afford that. Every time I go to Target, I grab one, so that I'm not spending a whole chunk of money at once. Or go to the Dollar Tree. Don't be afraid of the Dollar Tree. Don't hate. You guys, you never know what you can find, and you never know what you can use to organize with either. I also just have big brown cardboard boxes that I organized with before I got my baskets. That's okay. As long as it makes sense and works for you, that's what matters. As long as it makes your life easier, that's what matters. All about making your life as a mom, as the maid, cleanup person, easier. It's all about making it easier on you. So, I hope that this made sense. I hope that this helps. And if you have any questions, you guys, please feel free, comment below, direct message me, email me, call me, whatever. I don't care. I'm here to answer any questions that you guys have. I love sharing content like this with you guys. I love being able to say, hey, this is what's working for me and my family. Give it a shot. Maybe it'll work for you and your family too. Or maybe you find, that half of this works and you need to tweak the other half. Whatever. I don't care. I hope that this helps. I hope that this brought you some kind of excitement for less chaos and more organization in your home. I hope that, this is maybe something that you can do with your kids together as like a bonding experience. Just something that brings a little more joy and a little less chaos to your home and your family. And you guys, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching with me, you guys. If you don't mind, give this a thumbs up, share it with somebody, tag somebody, comment below, whatever you got, throw it at me. I appreciate you guys. If you guys have anything else that you want me to share with you, whether it's when we start renovating this room, whether it's, my breastfeeding journey, that I cloth diapers still, as we're starting potty training, whatever it is, be sure to reach out to me. Like I said, comment below, shoot me a message, whatever. I will be happy to share it with you guys. You know that I'm an open book. So feel free to reach out. Feel free to scroll back and look at the other lives that I have done and the other videos that I have done. And I am getting ready to release huge news this week. So be sure to stay tuned.